Hey guys, welcome back to our latest tip and hint. And today's a very exciting day for us with our tips and hints because we're releasing a brand new section of tips and hints where it's called How To. And we'll probably do this about once every couple weeks where we'll release a brand new how to do something that's going to be posted under our tips and hints. And today we're going to be talking about how to know how many calories you should be taking in. Now, with our system, the .fit system that we use, we're proponents of, if you're looking at what goal you're trying to reach, whether it's weight gain, weight loss, the management of calories, calories in versus calories out. You look at how many calories you're ingesting versus how many calories you're outputting, and you manipulate those numbers in order to get the result that you're looking to get. But a lot of times, first and foremost, if you want to take the guesswork out of it, come talk to us. Come talk to a coach. Come talk to your own coach that knows about how to put together the right amount of calories for you. But we're going to talk about how you can manage it on your own, how you can figure out your own calories. Now, because one of the things that whenever you're taking in calories that's very important is it has to be tested. There's no fail-safe, well, this is exactly how many calories you can take in. There's a lot of figuring about, caloric intake as far as figuring out basic metabolic rate, resting metabolic rate, functions, calculations. We try to keep things, as we say in one of our taglines, easy and effective for you. So I'm going to give you a very easy and effective approach to figuring out the amount of calories you should be taking in. What term we're going to use today is base index. What does base index mean? Base index is a number that will range for most people somewhere in the range of 8 to 20. And all you do is you take your body weight multiplied by this base index. So, for instance, if you're 200 pounds and your goal is to be 150 pounds, and you start off, now this is not an easy thing to do. It requires work on your part, but whenever is managing your weight something that doesn't require some work. You've got to work a little bit. So if you're 200 pounds and you want to get down to 150 pounds, and you're like, how many calories do I take in? You start with your base index. That's your bottom number. That's your staple. That's the amount that calculates how many calories you should be taking in. So let's say we figure out your base index is 10. What that means is you multiply your weight by this base index, and that's going to equal 2,000 calories a day. Now, that's your starting point. You figure out, I've got 2,000 calories in a day. Now, if you want to do this right, you'll wear like the Extra Spy display that we wear on our arms a lot. You'll have some sort of calculation that counts your calories outputted, something where you can look at, okay, I've taken in about 2,000 calories, I've outputted about 3,000 calories. I'm in about a 1,000 calorie deficit per day, which over 7 days is 7,000 calories. There's 3,500 calories per pound of fat. So according to the math, you're going to lose about 2 pounds per week. But this is something you have to test because let's say, for instance, you've intaken 2,000 calories. And let's say you have outputted X amount, or you're not even charting what you're outputting as far as calories is concerned, and you're not losing the weight that you want. What you have to be able to do is you have to be able to go back and look at that. And now I said ideally you want to track how many calories you're outputting, but if you don't have that at your resources, then what you have to do is you have to look at your overall activity. How much activity am I getting in? Whether it's an Extra Spy, whether it's pedometer, something that monitors your steps or total output taken during exercise. And so if you're sitting at 2,000 calories a day and you haven't lost the weight that you want to lose, you're going to look at that and you're going to say, okay, I haven't lost the weight, I've got one or two options, either calorically, or three options, excuse me. Option one, am I accurately measuring the amount of calories that I'm taking in? When I'm logging my food, is it accurate to what I'm actually taking in? Is there anything in my food logging that isn't accurate that I could change to make it, am I underestimating calories? Am I taking in more than I actually think I am? Look at that first. If not, then you have to look at option two. Do I need to decrease my calories? If I'm not losing the weight that I want and I'm accurate in logging my food, should I maybe decrease the caloric levels a little bit? Or it could also be option three. I'm not doing enough activity. I'm not exercising enough. I'm not either out walking around, you know, whatever it may be. You have to look at that and think, okay, I might be able to increase my activity. And once that's there, when you start, one of the beauties about losing weight and having what we call improved metabolism and all that kind of stuff is your base index shouldn't stay the same. So for instance, if we start with a base index of 10, you start losing weight and you get down to, let's say, 160 pounds. And let's say if you keep that base index at 10, that means now that you're taking in 1,600 calories, not 2,000 calories. Do you think that if you're exercising, working out, building muscle, that you should be taking in less food the more and more weight you lose? No, what you're going to do is that base index is going to keep going up, and that's a sign that your overall health, body metabolism, all of that is improving because per pound you're taking in more calories per pound, and those ratios have improved. So just because you're losing weight, don't necessarily think that your base index is going to stay the same. You may have to increase your base index. A real general form is weight loss for people that are looking to lose weight. Generally, their base index will usually be anywhere between 8 to 15 based on how heavy they are. If they're looking to just maintain, build muscle, just kind of stay where they are, build muscle, lose fat, shall we say, usually in the 12 to 18 range for base index. And if they're looking to gain weight, generally for most people it's 15 or higher, usually more than 20. So as a review, base index, take your weight, multiply it by a number, usually ranging anywhere between 8 to 20 or higher based on your goal. And that's going to read the calorie range. And that keeps it simple for you because you're thinking, what is my base index? And your goal is to always increase your base index so there's a greater ratio between your weight and the amount of calories you can ingest. Because if you start to weigh less and you take in less calories, then that means less nutrients, less nutrition into your body. Where if your base index increases and you're either taking in the same amount of calories or more calories, that means more nutrition for a smaller volume. Your body becomes more efficient. So I hope that kind of helps you out. And also, too, you'll change that base index based on your goal, whether you're looking to lose, maintain, or increase. But instead of figuring out calories and all these almost complicated calculations, let's start off with your base index. Let's use a base index. Let's look at how many calories you're ingesting. Let's test it based on activity and either say we need to increase activity, decrease calories, whatever it may be. And let's focus on that base index and then try to get that base index to keep increasing while you're getting the goals you want, because that's going to show that your body is getting healthier and healthier because it's able to manage more calories per pound of body weight. I hope that helps you on our first how-to section in the tips and hints. Have a great day.
When you feel that something's wrong, I'll shelter you and keep you warm. I'll never let you walk alone.